Here's a pasta dish that I've been making for years, but never got around to making a proper video. One of our favorites, lemon pasta. So I've already gone ahead and zested and juiced 2 of our really big lemons here today. You're gonna probably want 2 to 3 lemons for this dish. And what I'm ultimately looking for is about 1 to 2 tablespoons of zest, along with anywhere between half to 1 cup of juice. We got about 3/4 cup of juice out of these 2 lemons, so that's perfect. And then just set it aside for later. The full recipe's in the description below, and while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe. I just chopped 4 to 6 decent sized garlic cloves, about 1/4 cup or so of thinly sliced garlic. It sounds like a lot, but because I'm slicing it, it's my favorite way. It doesn't get super harsh. And I'm gonna put this in a little microwave safe bowl. Get in there. And cover it with olive oil. So anywhere from maybe 3 to 4 tablespoons. And then to give this a little head start, I'm gonna put it in the microwave for just my microwave a minute or 2, just until it gets sizzling and fragrant, but no color has really formed on the garlic yet. It's a good head start. I'm going to add some sun-dried tomatoes later. I had some completely dried ones that I'm just julienning, and I have some of the same, but a little bit more packed in olive oil. I'd like about half a cup of julienne sun-dried tomatoes. And here are our sizzling slices of garlic. Love it. Okay, now that our olive oil and garlic are nice and hot, I'm gonna add our sun-dried tomatoes straight to that. And I didn't have enough dried sun-dried tomatoes, so I'm gonna add some of these guys I had from another recipe packed in olive oil, which is totally fine. And then to this bowl, I'm also gonna add some crushed red pepper flakes. And this depends on the amount of heat that you like. I like about half a teaspoon here. Just to stir up and let it hang out until our pasta is done boiling. I want everything ready before the pasta even drops in the water because it all goes pretty quick from here on out. With a really fine microplane, I've grated about 2 ounces of a good Italian Parmesan cheese. This is Grana Padano or Parmigiano Reggiano. You really want that, and you want it on the fine grate so it melts into the sauce really well. I've also grabbed just a little bit of butter. We're gonna throw in a tablespoon towards the end. Okay, our water is coming up to a boil. I'm gonna add lots of salt. I'm adding Morton's kosher salt, about a tablespoon, or a tablespoon of table salt, or if you're using diamond crystal, add 2 tablespoons. It's different. Now this pasta says that it cooks in 11 to 13 minutes, but I'm actually gonna take the lower number and lower it by 2 more. I wanna undercook it on purpose so that it's completely al dente and it'll absorb all of our other sauce components when we finish off the dish. I'm purposely cooking our pasta in about half of the amount of water that it calls for so that the water gets super starchy. But I want to keep an eye on it so there's no foaming or overflow during that 9 minutes of cook time. As our pasta boils away, we've got everything else ready. Our lemon juice and lemon zest, our sliced garlic and olive oil with sun-dried tomatoes, lots of grated Grana Padano cheese, and a tablespoon of butter. Looking good. Okay, our pasta just has a couple minutes left, so before we drain it off, I'm actually gonna reserve, I like about 1.5 or 2 cups of pasta water. Remember, we're undercooking this, so we're gonna add some of the water back as we bring all the sauce together. Okay, time to drain, but don't rinse the pasta. Just drain the water off. We're gonna put it back in the pot in just a minute. Make sure you reserve that pasta water. Okay, we're gonna move pretty quick. While our pot is still hot, I'm gonna add in our sliced garlic, olive oil, and sun-dried tomatoes on a lower heat than where we were boiling the pasta. All in there. We'll give that a little sizzle and return the pasta to the pot. Just a minute or so. I'm also gonna add a tablespoon of a white wine vinegar. This recipe is adapted from something that I found on Milk Street years ago, and it took half a cup of white wine. Well, I usually don't keep white wine, and that little bit of white wine vinegar gives it exactly what it needs. Now we'll add all of our pasta back in, along with about half a cup of the pasta water. Oh, this is smelling so good. From here on out, keep stirring it vigorously so that the pasta picks up all of the liquid that we're adding back to the pot. So that was half a cup of the cooking liquid, but I also want to add all of our lemon juice and lemon zest right now and really let that cook into the pasta. It absorbs into the noodles, so delicious. And we're just going to cook this for another minute or two more. So now we're getting back up to that actual cooking time that the pasta required from the package. I'm going to actually take it off of the heat completely for these last two additions. Our last two additions, a tablespoon of cold butter. And we're going to start to mix that in. Oh, it's looking really good. Now we want to add all of that beautiful cheese. Really, the microplane is your friend here. You want that cheese to melt beautifully in there. Oh, come on, get in. Again, stir vigorously. A little bit more of the pasta water. The cheese and the butter and all of those other components have really formed this like beautiful, beautiful sauce. Oh my gosh, I just think it's a thing of beauty. And you can see I used actually most of our pasta water. In fact, I'm gonna add one more addition just to keep it nice and saucy. All right, I think I'm just gonna use the plate that the cheese was in. Yeah. Nice big portion. And there's some fanciness you can do. You can sort of do a little turn so it looks like a nice pile. I'm gonna clamp a lid on the rest of this. If you want a crack of black pepper, I don't think it's bad to add a wedge of lemon on the side in case somebody wants a little extra squeeze. And if you have it, a little bit of torn basil over top is a beautiful thing if you've got it. Hello, gorgeous. Lemon pasta. It's a meatless dish, but it's totally satisfying. It's one of my favorites. Yeah, I'm a spoon twirler. I know whether that's proper or not. It's something I do. Big bite coming. Here goes. That's so amazing. Almost like Alfredo-like lemon sauce. The lemon is so there, so forward. Let me grab a little basil and sun-dried tomato. Lemon pasta at home. You should make some. I just chopped 4 to 6 cloves of decent size. So what I've done is grated on a really fine. Okay, I think we're nearly. And that is our tablespoon of butter. I like a tablespoon of. It's 4 o'clock. And we're just gonna cook. I'm gonna sneeze. Whoops, man overboard. Get in there.